Welcome to this most beautifious, majestacular, and credimonious occasion.
Could he be a little more subtle?
Hello, bro hoofers. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I understand that some of you probably have already subscribed, but apparently YouTube can't resist its own agenda of hidden checkboxes and having kids hang out in places on VR chat such as Sinful Lounge, which I'm showing actual recorded footage of here on a public instance. And I just gotta say, there is some weird stuff going on, not just with the whole Roblox versus Slep saga in and of itself, but there's a new face in defense of Roblox. Yeah, I'm kinda surprised by this as well, but anyways, shout out to Ducky who made a video, actually a couple of videos on this individual. I'll be putting a link to their channel in the description because, no one is going to lie about Slep and Rubinson on my watch and call them pedophiles like, you dumbass bitch, you can't just do stuff like that. Honestly, I know I kinda talked about it in my previous video, but it's clear that David Bazuki and the head of mod racing at Roblox in Australia seem to be in bed with a group of quote-unquote advocacy for children and concerned individuals in general against pornography being shown to kids, Collective South, which, let's be honest here, is run by Melinda. Melinda and her friends don't really care about your children. They care about control. They want to send a message that they do not care for the kids unless they see kids solely as objects to fuck. Melinda isn't special. Maybe some people think I'm being too respectful of those of Christian faith for how I am being queer, or that I'm just too hero-coded for the usual mainstay queer folk, and I should be considered nothing less than a pleb, but I can't help but notice that individuals such as Collective South or Sweet Baby Inc. are pretty much the Pharisees of the queer community. And it's not just them. There's also VTubers like NearVT, who clearly can't seem to get a love interest as a dude, so they pretend to be female, or vice versa, and in doing so, they just start being heterophobic because apparently transphobia is not okay, but hating straight guys, well, that's completely on the table for them, now isn't it? And it seems to be quote-unquote noble people that such a refined pastime such as video games made for both ladies and gentlemen should only be for their expenses and thus leave us nobodies with our normedom to just ignore and be fighting tooth and nail, trying to slit each other's throats for clout, especially with younger generations. And you know what? It just makes me sick. That's all it does. That's not just going into account of all the innate fucking stupidity and bullshit that is going on with who are in charge of dictating who is or isn't a criminal in politics and governments everywhere, not just in the UK. Fucking disgusting. But let's be clear, even if parents decide we're done with Roblox, they're still going to use the internet because that's all they do know how to keep their kids quiet about things. Because they choose to take the easy way out and have an iPad or any electronic that connects to the internet as a babysitter for their own kid instead of supervising them. And that's what all governments want, regardless of Republican, Democrat, Labor, Tory, whatever. Because at the end of the day, what all governments really want is to line their pockets with what they sow, and that is to have AI AIDS verification and have your children give out personal information about themselves online, like their schools, their home address, their phone number, their real name, especially in the case of Roblox. Are we dead ass serious not keeping an eye on our kids, parents? Haven't I mentioned this like many times, perhaps now, on this channel? Many a time. I have lost count. Not that I was even counting to begin with, but still, I don't think I, an outsider looking into this, needs to tell you how to be a proper parent. And yet you're all here running around like headless chickens, not doing anything for little Timothy on his iPad now, are you? I'm sorry, I got angry at you guys, but the point still remains. I'm like Sayel at this moment. I am literally just, I am waiting for you guys to just start catching up to me, sort of bitch, and yeah, it's sad, really. At the end of the day, though, people being people, doing what they do. Honestly, the dam's gonna break, and everything's gonna flood in. Literally, first a new internet being developed as we speak. We are watching in real time Dot Monster Revolution becoming a reality, and call me Ronald McDonald because I am loving it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, do you even comprehend how insane Roblox is getting? They literally have a guy who constantly says the N-word from India, wrongly accusing Slep and Ruben Sim of being child predators. Clearly, I don't know if it's for money or whatever, but that shit needs to stop. I hope to see you for another video that hopefully isn't just me ranting on about politics and nonsense like this. So, maybe we'll continue Dedius or Dadius. Dedius. You know what? I'm just gonna go with Dadius. It just sounds so much cooler. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Subscribe and remember, stay funky.